Hey guys, so I'm here in Eclipsis again, and I wanted to make a brief tutorial on how to do a basic sky base. So the tutorial I'm doing right now is going to show you on how to do a sky base just starting off from a 3 pump. So you want to start off from a fully upgraded 3 pump, and you do want a 3 pump or more for power, just because otherwise it does get pretty slow. So first thing you want to do is you want to make a keep. You're going to jump up onto your keep, and then you're going to go rotate, and go rotate, and do one more rotation here. Now I'm doing this kind of slowly, just to, make sure that everything is shown properly, but normally this is something that you can do in almost under a minute. So once you get up to the top keep here, you're going to go into wireless, you're going to go distributor, and you're going to do the distributor first, and then you're going to go over here and you're going to put an auto mechanic, or sorry, no, you're going to put a fabricator, my bad. And then those two things are going to be constructing, and while those are constructing, you are going to be using the iridium that's in your jetpack here. Oh shoot, I fell. And you're going to be constructing the pipes using your own iridium. Now there are a couple ways that you can do this, and it looks like my iridium's actually going to run out, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it, but luckily the fabricator finished those. So you're going to build these, and you'd also want to be building these a lot faster. But this is a great skybase setup here. This is the one that most people do with 4 keeps. 4 keeps get you to the height limit, and then you pipe it back down here. Get it onto here, connect it, and usually you'll put a boost pad down here. So you go boost pad like here, and then boost pad is great because it gets you back all the way up here. You don't gotta hop in between here. And put a distributor on here. Don't bother upgrading those fabricators because they're not that important. Now here's the part where some people disagree, but I don't personally like to do it, but you can do it. So to get to the max height limit, and if you're into getting into a skybase battle with somebody, you want this height advantage here. You put a block, and then you start your bridging. That gets you to the height limit. If you do it up here though, there's one thing that I find, like, you can't do. Okay, never mind. You can do it right here, but you do get to the point where, like, if you're stacking bridges on top of each other, like you get into some messy turns or whatever, it starts to limit you pretty quickly. Like you'll be getting up here, and then you'll start to find, like, oh, I can't put a 4-way here, but I can put a 2-way. I like to just do 4 keeps. That's just my personal preference. Obviously, people have different ideas, different opinions here. But that's okay. Anyways, this is a really basic setup here. You start off from a 3 pump, get the skybase up, and then from the skybase here, if you wanted to, you don't even need to do the distributor here and the fabricators. The fabricators is if you're just going to bridge. So you're going to bridge out. Let's say there's an enemy base over here, bridge out, I think 3 is the limit that you can go up from here. Yeah, 3 makes the distance, and then you're just going to go artillery, artillery, and then as those are building, I'm just going to start bringing the pipe back out here. Connect those, and this is something you can set up really, really quickly in front of somebody's base, and somebody else can set up really, really quickly on you as well. So if you see somebody else skybasing on you, first thing you want to make sure, like, you're not making your base within range of them that they could skybase near you. And then if you do see them skybasing, you want to stop that, like, right away. So we've got this all done. Cap that, and boom. Now you can destroy their base safely above them. If you get, if people try to counter it, there's a couple of different ways they'll try to counter it, right? They could come up there. Depending on what the situation is, like right now I don't have any defenses down here. If you have a team, get them to be securing more power for you, get them to be making defenses. If it's just by yourself, you want to probably put a turret down there, an arc down there. So let's do this again. So we'll start off, I showed you the basics here. If you want to skip the video, leave now, go ahead. But we're just going to go find another 3 pump here and show you this process from the beginning. So there's another 3 pump over here. I'm going to pretend I'm starting over here, and we'll actually attack the other skybase that I made, just to show you, okay? So we'll start over here, and this will also show you a really good way to quickly sprawl. So I've got my pumps over here, and you want to make the pumps first, and then upgrade. And the reason for this is that you can then take the iridium. So look how fast it takes me to draw iridium from the crystals here. It's pretty slow, but if you make the, the refill station, or a spawn, and make the refill station and then make a spawn, just because the refill station's cheaper, uses less iridium, then you can draw power more quickly from the refill station than you can from a crystal. Crystals take more time. I just learned this too, actually, so this is new insights and information that I just thought I'd share with everyone here. So we're going to connect these. Need more iridium. I rarely play the game with the graphic settings all turned on, but just for the purposes of the tutorial, I thought I'd turn them on just to see how nice it looked. Okay, and then we go put the refill station. Again, I've woken up like maybe 30 minutes ago, just had breakfast, so my speed is not where it normally is, and I'm not really rushing to get this done as quickly. But time yourself. This is something that, you know, if you're wanting to play Eclipsis more competitively, go into practice mode, try constructing sky bases, try constructing different things, and time yourself and do drills and see how you can improve, and look at the way, you know, you're doing the key presses and stuff. Look at, you know, memorize the key combinations. There's one drill that a friend just showed me, and it's basically take your portafab off, and you're gonna open the portafab up, and you're gonna see how long it takes you to get to the keep, right? So from 1, okay, I'm gonna delete that so it doesn't construct it. Let's construct this over here. We'll have this constructing, and then construct them one at a time too. So you want to get them producing the maximum amount possible as fast as possible, right? So I've got that one fully upgraded, producing 15 there. I'm going to fully upgrade this one instead of wasting more power doing this, because as soon as I can get this producing 15 instead of 5, this last upgrade, now it's going to produce 15 per second instead of 5 per second. Now we have 30 per second from these two plus the 5 over here. Fully upgrade this, and we're going to have a full 45 per second on iridium. And then you can start to mess around. Okay, we've got that all over there. And now that we have that, we want to go and make a spawn point. Now the spawn point is great for 2 reasons. First of all, obviously you want to spawn near here. If you die, you don't have a spawn, it's going to be a pain to get back here. But also, it works as a nice little tank there, right? So it does 2 things for you. And now we're going to make the keeps. Okay, so from here, now this is the thing that it's good to do those drills on. So starting from 1, XCX, right? How fast can you do that? 1 XEX, and you have there, and 1 XEX, right? Just practice that speed, get that going really, really fast. Now we're going to go up here. As we're going, rotate. Now, sometimes if you get it right, you can jump onto here, grab onto this little ledge, and it'll help you carry up so you don't have to do that jump. These are just things that are, you know, it's all about speed, especially if you're up against somebody else who's, you know, a pro, they know what they're doing, they're trying to skybase as well. You know, you want to be doing it faster than them, because getting that height advantage against somebody is kind of what determines this game, right? So we're going to build this distributor here. We're going to build a fabricator. Now there are a bunch of different ways to skybase, right? This is just kind of the foundational way. Don't do ladder skybases. Just typically as a rule, you never want to do ladder skybases, just for the simple fact that ladders are super, super easy to destroy. There are a couple situations where I've found that it's not harmful to you to make a ladder skybase, but by and large, you don't want to do ladder skybases. Ladder skybases are great if you're just doing like a build battle and your opponent doesn't have guns and they need to like take an artillery to fire on you and you're a safe distance away. Ladder skybases are great just because they're faster, but that's rarely ever the case, and so it is just better to get into the habit of making a skybase like this. Now, when I've timed myself, when I'm, you know, ready to go and stuff, I can get the skybase going up in about 54 seconds, I think is my best time so far. Now, person I know who kind of showed me this, taught me this, did it in I think like 45 seconds, and he's probably one of the best players in the game though, so okay, there we go. And now we're just going to boost pad, get back up there, put the distributor caps on here, and we see that skybase over there. Let's go fire on it. Okay. I don't think I need to do too many bridges out here. The one you want to be careful about also not bridging out too far and getting your artilleries too close to it, because if you get too close, right, there's like stuff right underneath of here that you can't actually shoot unless you're like shooting directly up, and even then it's really difficult to aim it. So you do want to keep your distance, but you know, you got to find this perfect balance of being, you know, close enough to hit them and destroy all their base, but also far enough away that, you know, you're out of range and you are able to hit everything below you. So we connect these, cap that, and we're just going to show you how quickly, you know, we got that up there just in a minute basically, and we're going to take their skybase out. I don't really want to bother with things like condensers up here. So one thing, right, like your skybase is still pretty vulnerable, especially, you know, early game. If your opponents are going to try to counter your skybase, you don't have teammates. I wouldn't bother putting condensers up here. I wouldn't bother with the anchor, you know, get down your speed. You want to get the skybase up as quickly as you possibly can, and you want to be able to do that over and over again, right? So if your opponent does take down your skybase, you have another skybase up in a minute, right? It doesn't really matter. You want your power supply to be coming from down below, and you want to really protect that. So if your opponents are trying to take you down, you're going to cover those in walls. You're going to get their shields up, but chances are if they're vigilant and they keep on going at you, those shields aren't going to be able to get time to charge. Practice your aim as well. As you can see right now, my aim's a little bit rusty. Get your aim well though, so you don't have to keep repositioning here. You do want 2 artilleries on here, just because while one's charging, you can be firing. I found the best setup works with 4, but that takes a little bit more time and resources to set up. 2 seems to be perfect balance. And now we're going to take down the skybase that I just made. Anyways, yeah, so you don't want your power coming from up here. You don't want condensers up here. You don't really want to bother with an anchor. All that stuff takes more time than it's worth. You can get a skybase up in a minute, right? Why would you bother with all this stuff when it could easily fall down? Especially with the condensers getting power up here. If your skybase gets taken down, you just lost all that power. It's better to have it coming from down below. Obviously, if you start to make a more fortified skybase, I know this is just a basic design with a bridge. There's lots of variations, lots of different ways to do the technique. Some people pipe as they're building it upwards. Some people pipe as they're coming down. Some people use boost pads from the beginning. But it all kind of follows the same design, same pattern. And that's kind of the basics of it. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, if you have any suggestions too, I'm always looking to learn, always looking to improve here. This is just kind of the method that I found that works best. Thanks for watching. Give me a comment, give me some feedback, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video here. I'll probably make another one pretty soon.